There is a moment in life, often quiet, unannounced, when everything you knew begins to fall apart. The relationship you believed in ends. The job you worked so hard for disappears. The dream you carried silently cracks under the weight of reality, and suddenly, you're left standing in a place that feels unfamiliar. You look around, and nothing is what it used to be. The life you were building is no longer there. All you're left with is a beginning you didn't ask for. But here's what no one tells you. There is a strength in starting over. Not the loud, cinematic kind, but the quiet, trembling kind, the strength it takes to get out of bed when your heart is still in pieces. The courage it takes to take one step into a future you can't yet see. That's power. Real, raw power. Most people think starting over means failure, but that's not true. Starting over means you've had the wisdom to walk away from what wasn't right. It means you loved yourself enough to let go, or that life, in its strange mercy, forced you to choose survival over comfort. Either way, you're here, and that means you're stronger than you think. The world often glorifies those who keep climbing, but what about those who had to climb down, regroup, and find a new mountain? There's no spotlight for that, no applause. But those people like you are, quietly rebuilding themselves every single day. They're learning to trust again, to breathe again, to believe again, even when no one's watching. Starting over is lonely. It's walking into a new chapter with no map. It's sitting in your apartment or your parents' house or a borrowed couch, wondering how it all unraveled. It's crying in the dark, then wiping your face in the morning and saying, "Okay, let's try again." That's not weakness. That's resilience. It's okay to mourn the old version of your life. It's okay to be angry, confused, or numb. But don't let that grief convince you that your story is over. It's not. In fact, this might be the beginning of something softer. Something more honest, something that finally fits. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to move fast. You just need to keep moving even slowly. Progress isn't a sprint. Sometimes it's just sitting still without giving up. Sometimes it's doing laundry, answering an email, or making your bed. Small wins count. They add up. And one day, you'll look back and realize the version of you who wanted to give up that version saved your life by choosing to begin again. There is no shame in starting over. The shame is in pretending everything is fine when it's not. But you faced a fall. And now, you're rising quietly. So here's your reminder. You don't have to rebuild your whole life in a day. You just need to believe that a new beginning is still a beginning, and that you, even broken, are enough to begin again.